Always a lot of mystique about wisteria pruning, and I'm not really sure why. It's actually really simple. So I'll show you today the summer prune, and then there's also a winter or early spring prune. There's always this strange idea that it's somehow really complicated, but actually it's really simple. So let me show you how. Really, there's only two things we need to think about. There's this long extension growth that the wisteria makes after it's flowered. And then there's these flowering spikes, or the remnants of the flowering spikes. And so with the flowering spikes, it's really only a case of taking that off if it offends you. It's not doing any harm leaving it, but if you just think it looks better without them, then you can go around and cut all of those off. But the key thing is to reduce this long growth. The reason we do that is it's really taking all the energy from the developing buds that will flower next spring. So what you need to do is you cut this by about 2/3, so down to somewhere about there. Just simply take it off. So this is the stem that I've just cut. This was a really long stem, and I've shortened it here to stop the stem taking the energy from the developing flower bud low down here. But also, it also shades that bud from the sun, and the bud needs the sun to develop and ripen. So you can see I've left probably about 7 inch or so there, and that's a useful number because we're in the 7th month now. So if you get a bit confused, prune your wisterias in the 7th month to about 7 inch of that new growth. And then in February, as I say, you'll come back, and this shoot here you'll shorten again to just a couple of buds. So the 2nd month, and this time you shorten it to 2 buds. So there's the flower bud that probably will send a flower spike next year. So that'll be a long white wisteria flower. The reason you do it to 2 buds and not just the 1 bud like really down there is you can get a frost in February, March, April time. So if you pruned it to there and then you get a frost and that bud then gets damaged with the frost, there's no 2nd bud to flower. So what you'll find, that little bit of cover will protect that bud, but this one might get frosted, which is fine because then you can either just ignore it or you can cut it off, but this one's still good to go.